It's day 177. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, the incredible leader. The Prophet was an affectionate father. He was someone who made the orphan smile and happy. He was someone who didn't allow people to hurt even a small ant. He was someone who would wipe away the tears of a camel. He would caress the head of an orphan and protect him. He was someone who would pay back the dues of a person to the last coin. He had neither grudges in his heart against anyone nor hatred in his mind. He was someone who never wanted to injure or harm anyone. He did not like to fight at all, but he couldn't forgive those who fought against the true religion. For this, he was ready to shed all of his blood till the last drop. Now, this was such a moment. The time had come to defend Islam against attack by its enemies. While the soldiers slept the whole night, the Prophet couldn't sleep at all. In the shelter that was made for him, he prayed and did his salah until morning. He begged Allah to help him. These prayers and his begging continued until dawn. The chest of Badr was filled with prayers. Stones, pebbles, plants and trees had said Amin after the prayers of the Prophet. The soldiers got up early in the morning and started making preparations. Everyone's eyes were on the Messenger of Allah. He used to love to do everything properly. He put his army into order and placed them in a good location. He chose one commander for each group, and afterwards he addressed them. Don't leave your places until I give you the sign, and don't start the battle. Don't waste your arrows before the enemy soldiers approach you. They started waiting. Praises of Allah were on their lips, and prayers were in their hearts. Not long after the Muslim had made ready for them, the pagan army also arrived at Badr. Over 1,000 well-armed soldiers, either on horses or camels, were face to face with the Muslims. They were stronger than the Muslims in numbers and arms. The Prophet came out of the shelter and for the last time inspected the army. Everything was just as he wished. He sent Umar to Abu Jahl as an ambassador. Through him, he asked the enemy if both sides, without fighting, might return home. But Abu Jahl did not accept this. Just at that moment, someone from the pagan army shot his arrow, and one of the Muhajirs, a Muslim from Mecca by the name of Mihja, fell to the ground. Mihja was martyred. He was one of those who sacrificed their life for their religion. Allah the Most High had given the good news that the martyr's reward is paradise. Now, Mihja had reached this highest position in Islam after the Prophet himself. After this, strong, heroic soldiers like Ali and Hamza came forward and fight started. The Muslims, with the complete trust they had in Allah and His Messenger, stood firmly in front of the pagans. When the pagans saw that their men, one after the other, were falling to the ground, they were scared. Abu Jahl tried to calm them down and keep their morale high. They were surprised that a handful of Muslims were holding them back with such a great courage. The Muslims were filled with the excitement of fighting in the way of Allah. The Prophet was very sentimental, saying that the Muslims were fighting so courageously against an enemy that was stronger in numbers and arms. He opened up his hands and prayed, "Oh my Lord, they are without shoes and without something to ride on. Oh my Lord, they are hungry. Give them something to write on and something to eat. O my Lord, they are poor, make them rich.